My name is Erin, and I am a lead singer of a band called The Doubts, a top 40 cover band, a working musician. And I'm here to give you my 7 simple tips on how to make your voice last and last. Now, I will say that there is no substitute for proper vocal training and execution, so I would highly suggest if you have zero knowledge in that area, that you might want to look into that a little bit first before applying these tricks. Okay, first and most important, know your voice. I mean it. Say it with me, people. Know your voice. Most people have a pretty set range, especially if you're just starting out and you're really sort of getting to know what you're capable of. Know your range. Go on a piano, guitar, whatever, dulcimer. I don't care. Practice your range. Know what makes you comfortable. When you start to feel strain on either end, you're going to want to stop. Singing outside of your range, I mean greatly outside of your range, is one of the most common reasons for voice loss and one of the most common reasons for vocal strain. So knowing your voice is super important. It doesn't mean, in the beginning, it doesn't mean that you can't expand that range. Absolutely you can with a little bit of practice, just like working out your muscles. Remember, just because you want to sound a certain way or sing a certain style of music doesn't mean you can. And that's okay. You know, everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm not Celine Dion. I don't even look like her. I can't sing like Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey or any of the people that I grew up admiring and loving. Not just like them, because I'm not them. And I am okay with that because I think I would be exhausted trying to be them. There's all. 2. Super, super simple. I'm sure you probably already figured this out. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Record yourself. You want to be able to see what you're doing and what it sounds like. And you'll be able to pick up your bad tricks. Picture it just like driving, for those of you who are old enough out there to drive. When you get your license at first, you're all 10 and 2, you know, super, super observant. You're checking your mirrors every 3 seconds. And then after like, I don't know, 15 minutes, you're all like foot up on the dash. Your blinker doesn't exist anymore. I hate you people, by the way. You form these bad habits. Singers do the same thing. You form these bad habits. So really, you got to practice, practice, practice. Push yourself to sing in a proper way in your range and sort of bridging outside of that range. Number 3. Number 3. Breathe. Breathe. Remember to breathe. The more you hold your breath and the more you try to squeeze in those extra notes without proper breathing, the more you're going to stress out your vocal cords. Your vocal cords need oxygen. You need oxygen. Everybody in this room, they need oxygen. So you got to remember to breathe. Number 4. Keep it wet. Very wet. You need water. Tons of water. Pop, coffee, tea, beer, all the fun stuff. Not so good. Now you can have it, but you got to balance it out with water. You're going to get a beer and a water. You're going to get a shot of Jack, get a shot of Jack and water. Alcohol can be helpful. I stand by it, especially whiskey. If you have a cold or your voice hurts, it definitely has this almost medicinal effect on it. But you have to balance it out with water and not cold water. It has to be room temperature. It can be cool-ish, but no ice. Stay away from ice and stay away from peppermint and mint and gum. Though many people swear by it, it actually makes things worse. It tends to irritate your vocal cords. Even though you get this effect that feels soothing, it's not working. It's not helping you. Trust me, stay away. Number 5, possibly my favorite. It's a simple, super, super simple trick. Keep your throat warm. Very warm. If your voice is sore, especially if you have a cold or something that you can't really avoid, it's not like we can change our strings, right? You want to keep it warm. You want to keep it covered. A lot of the times I'll take like a sock, really warm, fuzzy sock or whatever you prefer, something that's cool that sort of goes with your outfit, scarf, whatever, wrap it around there, have it on there. And no matter how warm and uncomfortable it may seem, that warmth is really going to help you. And move around. Move around. The more you sweat and the more you get your blood flowing and you start to feel good, the warmer your vocal cords are going to be and the better you're going to feel. 6. Super simple. Don't talk. No talking. No, no talking. Zero talking. Trust me, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it will help. I have found, regardless of the science and how many people are going to hate on it or whatever, it doesn't matter. I have found that I can sing far longer than I can talk when I'm in a performance type situation. I've been trained. It's been 25 years. Yes, I've had proper vocal training over the years, which once again, I do recommend, but don't talk. When you're on break, don't speak. During the day, don't speak. Keep yourself very, very well rested. Your voice needs to rest. As much as you want to be the life of the party and go outside and be telling jokes and screaming and yelling, sometimes you just can't. It sucks. Maybe tomorrow, but tonight, no talking. It'll save your voice. Trust me. I promise. Number 7. Stay away from medications. I know it can be tough, especially if you have a cold or like super bad allergies like I do. Literally allergic to everything. Thanks, Mom. Ibuprofen, anti-inflammatory, any of those things, they're actually going to dry you out. Any antihistamine, especially cold medications, Benadryl, stuff like that, allergy medications in general, antihistamine is going to dry you out. It's supposed to do that. It's what it's made for. It's going to make you feel really dry. And if you're like many musicians where you're playing an instrument and you're singing at the same time, you're not going to have the opportunity to drink as much of that delightful lukewarm water that we talked about earlier that you normally would, and you're not going to have good results. So really watch out for medications, read the backs, do a little bit of research. Warm it up, work it out, cool it down. And I promise you, you're going to have like crazy good results.